Can you, with me for a minute, imagine a world where people live in peace and the explosions and of weapons of war are silenced, a world where children are loved and cared for, where people have opportunities to grow together in communities, serving each other. So we are going to start with a meditation from one of our students, one of our practitioner students in Kenya is going to lead us in a meditation. At the end of this meditation, she's going to invite you to take a moment to journal your impressions, what came to you in the meditation. This is a practice that the students there do, and they keep these notes from their journaling so that thoughts and ideas, impressions, intuitions that perhaps came to them in the meditation are saved so they can go back and look at those again. So you might, when the meditation is finished, you might take a moment to journal about what your experience was. Even if it's simply to say, I felt a peacefulness, I felt myself relax, I felt my connection. So this is Agnes, and she is going to share a meditation with us now.
Breathe in and breathe out. Relax into this moment. It is a perfect moment to just go within and to know this oneness, to be one with this oneness within us, and to know we are all one. Sit comfortably in your chair. Release any tension you may be having in your face. Relax your shoulders. Relax your stomach. Set your feet firmly on the ground. Be mindful of this moment. Feel the contact your body is making with your chair. And just be. Be in the moment. You can watch your thoughts as they pass by. Don't dwell on them. Just let them be. Hear the noise around you and just let it be. Breathe into this moment. Feel the oneness of the Spirit. Knowing this is a safe place to be. You're going to have a silence of 3 minutes. And I'll be checking the time for you. Just relax. Bring your thoughts to the present moment. And just be. It's a wonderful feeling to be in the moment. Take a deep breath in and out. Bring your attention to the present moment. Bring your thoughts back to class. As we give thanks for this amazing session, I release all to mind, being grateful for everything. You can slowly open your eyes. And have a few moments to journal your thoughts. Just let it flow.
Thank you, Agnes. I have the privilege, actually, of being Agnes's mentor as she's pursuing her studies to become a practitioner, and I am blessed to be able to do that. Part of the reason I wanted to share that with you, one was it was just such a lovely meditation, and the first time I heard that when she gave it, I went into a space that I don't always get to in meditation, so I wanted you to have a chance to experience that as well. Second, I really wanted you to see, those of you who have contributed to our work in Kenya in the past, to see what's happened because of your contributions. When we help support the students in Kenya, that helps provide books and internet and electricity, sometimes phones, the supplies they need. And it wouldn't be possible without the support that we and others are giving them, sharing in that. So I wanted you to see this is what we're making possible. So we're going to take a minute and look at a couple more of the statements from our global vision. Our global vision is a set of 10 statements expanding on the overall idea of we envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. And then there are 10 specific statements as to what that means. So here's one of those 10 statements. It says, we envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. A world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. So one of the things I'm hoping we might accomplish during this month together is this sense, to create this sense of interconnectedness. Sometimes Africa seems so far away, and I know before I was privileged to go there in early 2020, I had no idea of what it was like or what I might discover. And what an amazing thing to go there and have that sense that we are all one human family. We are all connected. And we learn from each other, we teach each other, we grow together. So that's why I want us to focus on that part of the global vision. We are one global family, the interconnectedness of all that is. And then one more statement from the global vision. We envision a world in which resources are valued, cared for, and grown, and where there is generous and continuous sharing of those resources. See, in a world that works for everyone, yes, we value resources, we share resources, we grow those resources. That's part of making a world that works for everyone. So we have this vision, an incredible vision, far-seeing, inspiring. But then we always come back to the question, now what? What can I do? What can I personally do to bring this vision into form, to make it a reality? Now, I have to admit that when I was in Kenya, it was difficult. The congestion and the traffic and the construction projects and the half-finished, obviously long ago abandoned construction projects, the diesel fumes, the poverty, the trash, was all that. And then right next to that were beautiful modern buildings and shiny malls. And then that was right next to, or not far from the wide open savanna where the elephants and giraffes and gazelles are running free and wild. And then go a little further, and here's the slum, the second largest slum in the world, where the people are living in these block houses with no electricity or water. And it was a little overwhelming to me in terms of what can we do? What can we do? What can one person do? So I'm going to tell you what you can do, and it's going to be easy for you to remember because it's an acronym. And so it's 4 steps, and the letters spell out, I can. So what can you do? What can you do starting today? So the first thing is the I, imagine. Imagine the theme of our time together tonight. What does that mean? That means be willing to see that world that works for everyone. Read the global vision. Make that a part of you and say, yes, I see this. Let your mind range. What would that be like? What would that world be like? Resources are shared. Everyone has a safe place to live and enough food. We know our interconnectedness as one global family. We're awakening to our spiritual magnificence. That's the first step, is simply to imagine. When you go into your meditation or your quiet time, it's your time to just let your mind go. Be with it. Imagine it. That's the first step. Next, see. Commit. Make a commitment. Say, I'm committed to this. Now, a lot of times we're kind of hesitant to commit because we're like, oh my gosh, if I commit, then I'm going to have to do something. Well, that's true. But that's the next step, to say, I'm committed to this. Now, if you feel afraid to commit or hesitant, ask. However you do that, the universe, God, say, I want to commit to this. I want to be part of this, but I'm scared. I'm afraid I won't follow through. Help me. Help me to commit. Now, commit, it's just what you say, but then you've created something with your words, your commitment. I commit. Saying what's important to you, what matters to you. So that's the next thing. Now, of course, A, you know what that's going to be, right? Act. Take action. And you may say, well, what am I going to do? What can I do? I'm just one person. Well, you do something. So perhaps the part of the global vision that calls to you is the part that says that you see everyone having a safe place to live and enough food to eat. That's the part that calls to you. Make a donation to Habitat for Humanity. Their work inspires me when I read about what they're doing, the incredible difference it makes to each family that gets a home that wouldn't have one otherwise. If it's the food part, find a place to volunteer, a food bank, to donate to programs and policies and charities that focus on feeding the hungry. Pick something that calls to you. It may be our work in Kenya. That may be, you might say, that's what I want to do. That's the action I want to take out of my commitment to doing my part to create a world that works for everyone. And through the rest of the month, we're going to talk specifically about what's involved in sponsoring a child in Kenya at our slum school there that we have helped build and add a water tank to, and a second floor to, and a cement floor to replace the dirt floor that was there before. So you can find out exactly what you could do to to sponsor a specific child there with a uniform, with school fees, with school supplies, with a nutritious meal every day. So your actions do make a difference. That's the thing to remember. A few people coming together can make a huge difference. We each do our small part. That's the global family. I don't have to build a house for a family without a home, but I can make my small contribution, and when enough of us gather together to do that, miracles happen. All right, so our acronym is I CAN, imagine, commit, act, and then the last one, notice. And what does that mean? Of course, that means wake up, pay attention. First of all, pay attention to the messages from the universe. If you ask and say, I want to make a difference, I want to contribute to a world that works for everyone, show me how. Then pay attention and notice, and those messages will come to you. If you're awake and aware, you say, oh, that's my opportunity to do this, to do that. So that's the first thing. Pay attention to the messages that are coming to you from the universe about what to do. Don't discount them or push them away. Notice. And then the other thing is to notice the incredible good that you're surrounded by, the gifts that you have, the amazing life that you live. Notice that as well. Now, interestingly enough, this little acronym, I can be used for almost anything that you want to bring into your life. We're talking about creating a world that works for everyone in all of creation. But this same process works for a relationship, for increased abundance and prosperity or love in your life. Imagine, commit, act, then notice. Be grateful for the blessings. So in that space of I can, let's just take a moment to go into prayer together. We breathe. We simply breathe, and we relax, and we let ourselves feel the love that is all there is. The life energy, that surrounds us, enfolds us, just everywhere present. We breathe it in. And as we come together in this space of knowing that we are loved, we are upheld, we are inspired, we remember, I am never alone. I am always connected. This God, this life energy that is all there is an energy of abundance and freedom and power and creativity. Because I am one with all that is, this creativity, this power, this abundance is also who I am. It flows through me. And as this is true for me, this is true for each person listening today. You are beings of power, love, creativity. And knowing that and remembering that, I see you opening yourself to imagine, to commit, to act, to notice. And as you do it, to find joy in the doing of it. Find joy in your ability to make a difference. allowing you to go forth in confidence, freedom, expectation of good, knowing and feeling your connection to people everywhere across the globe in all their circumstances. And I give thanks for this knowing. I give thanks for being alive, for being free, for being together, for coming together in community. And it is with this gratitude, with this joy, that we say together, and so it is.